when I hear that the slogan they came up for this, NSB Waterfront Loop, Old Florida Charm. What does that sound like to you? Old Florida Charm.
Well, let's go back to the cotton fields.
Really?
Yeah. And the potato farms that are up in other places to where that was their jobs. And they were beneath everybody else, and it's not fair.
Do you see much change in the West Side now? The city claims, oh, they just hired, and it's kind of funny, they hired a woman. She's African American. They gave her a $50,000 salary and $100 a month for a car allowance. You think that's a lot of money?
No. Not if she's doing the same job a white woman's doing that's making $75,000 and getting a $500 car.
What would you do if I told you that she's what they call a contract employee? She gets no benefits. And the city manager claims that's her choice, that she didn't want.
No, that's a scapegoat. That's just to get people off of it.
And do you think that putting somebody in there to go in and try to develop programs, do you see anything happening without any significant amount of money going into the West Side? Like a CRA just for the West Side?
No, it's not going to change. If everything stays the same, it's going to stay the same.
Has there been two sides of town in Daytona, New Smyrna Beach?
Yes.
Has that ever changed?
No.
What's the adage growing up? West of the railroad tracks is black, east of the railroad tracks is the whites and the beach.
I lived on, it was called West Street.
In Daytona?
In Daytona. And from West Street to 2nd Avenue, and all the way back was white. From 2nd Avenue all the way to Bevel was white. And that's where they had their own schools, their own everything.
Lisa, let me ask you this with the Daytona setting. Now, of course, in the late 1950s, it was still segregated here. In fact, Volusia and Flagler counties and the surrounding area, Titusville and Brevard, were among the last school districts in Florida to fully integrate, and that went as late as the early 70s.
Yeah.
I'm sure you remember that. In fact, the traditional black school is there on the West Side.
Yeah.
The Speedway was built in 1959. The Speedway is a huge economic generator. It brings a lot of people.
Yeah.
You would agree with that?
Oh, yes.
The beach brings a lot of people. You would agree with that?
Oh, yeah.
You know, you learn the lines and all the crowds, and right?
Yep.
Packed. What would you do if I told you that they're thinking that if they put up some signs that say "do the loop," but they don't really say what the loop is? Do people really understand what that means?
No.
I mean, they spent $13,000 to put a billboard sign on 995 say "do the loop." Do you think people would understand what that means?
I would have no idea what they're talking about.
Have you felt like there's been any outreach? I mean, has anyone come to the, and said,
No.
This is what we're doing?
No.
What would you do if I told you that the city, directly or indirectly through its CRA, was giving thousands of dollars to the Observer newspaper? You know, the one that they used to dump here and nobody would read it, right? Tell us about that. They would bring a pile in the corner that supposedly was paid, but it really wasn't.
Yeah.
And what would happen to those? Would people pick them up and read them?
No. Oh, no. Miss Ellie would pick them up and throw them in the garbage. No, nobody bothered them.
Now, they had a lot of money invested in the CRA there to promote, their festivals. And next, this is Christmas on Sunday. You don't have a lot of money for Christmas. Were you able to get your kids something?
Yeah, I got them.
How much did you have to sacrifice to do that? You didn't get yourself anything, did you? Have you ever?
No.
Getting back, we'll get back to that in a second, but getting back to the Speedway, have you ever been to a Speedway race, a NASCAR race, Daytona 500?
Yeah.
Could you afford to go today?
No.
Why?
It's too
The
expensive.
economy?
Yeah. Not only that, the gas to get there.
The gas to get there.
Yeah.
How about the gas to go shopping on Canal Street from where you live on 44? Is it worth it?
Believe me and my sons, my friend lets me use his truck like at night or when I go to the grocery store, but I walk, me and my sons, they
You don't have
walk
a car?
to school. No.
You don't have a car?
No. I walk to work.
How far are you? How far is your place from Denny's?
A little over a mile.
So
I mean, it's not a
health,
not a bad walk.
But after being on your feet for what, 8-10 hours?
Yeah.
And then you go home. So you couldn't go to a speedway race today because the tickets are too high.
Yeah.
And you couldn't afford the gas to get there. And you don't even have a car.
No.
So even if you wanted to go street lights on Canal Street, you'd have to borrow a truck or a car
or go with
from one of
somebody
your
that was
friends or go
going
with
out.
somebody. Is it worth even going there if there's a tree there?
No.
You said you don't see anything with the shops that interest you?
No.
Well, they got a lot of nice little boutiques and...
Yeah, but it's a lot of antiques too, and I
that's
can't
not,
afford it. That's something I can't afford.
So for you, if you've got heat in the cold in the winter, or some air conditioning, you said you have special needs children. I would assume that costs you a little extra for the electricity. How do you get through every day like this?
We don't.
You seem like a strong woman. You don't seem to be.
Through the summer, the boys are in school, so I don't run none of the airs, and I have like box fans in the window, and it keeps the house cool. And then when the sun goes down, I'll shut the windows, and right before we go to bed, each one of them has the little window unit. That way they sleep comfortable, and then we turn them off in the morning.
Lisa, let me ask you another question. Are there a lot of people that live in Smyrna Beach that are like you? Struggling?
Oh my God, yeah, just about everybody I know.
What would you do if I told you that the mayor was a contractor for grant monies for the CRA? Because he has a construction company called Barringer Construction. You think that a mayor should be, the top elected official should be
like
getting it, double dipping? You don't think that the mayor should be getting taxpayer money like that?
No.
What do you think the role of the mayor should be? Should he be setting a...
He should be setting an example.
Well, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
But
let me take that back. What do you feel his role should be?
He should be fixing up over, as they call it, the hood. Because it's horrible out there. Why not fix those houses up? Why not start fixing
But the people there, they're not criminals.
Why not?
Wait a minute.
You know?
You said it's horrible over there. They're not criminals. There are a lot of them actually.
No, that's what I mean. They're not criminals. I mean, their houses.
Right.
They're just living in horrible conditions. Why not take that money, help them improve their houses, help them improve their education, help them, you know what I mean, get back on their feet to where everything falls into place.
Well, they're saying now that's